As a lifelong Republican with a deep admiration for Ronald Reagan, I find myself at odds with the critics' scathing reviews of Reagan, despite the film's abysmal Rotten Tomatoes rages of score among critics. It has managed to resonate profoundly with me and fellow conservative audiences. It can disregard the ongoing political differences between Democrats and Republicans, as the contrasting Rotten Tomatoes scores for the new Reagan biopics suggest vastly different opinions. Critics give the film a low rating of 18% on the tomato meter, implying it may not be worth watching. However, audiences seem to enjoy the Dennis Quaid-led production, with the RT popcorn meter showing the nearly perfect score of 98%. Unfortunately, our own critic at MovieWeb, Greg Archer, shares this negative view. The movie presents him as a grand, illustrious figure, portraying him as a man who rose from modest origins, broke into Hollywood, ventured into politics, and played a significant role in defeating communism during the Cold War of the 1980s. A film that one might hope to see about themselves at their funeral. Richard Roper of the Chicago Sun-Times writes, "Roper, a fawning biopic light on subtlety." And then Adam Naiman of The Ringer adds, and below,
"How some adding in with some rifle. It was the mission of this Rickers, and this Rickers in the way, but is
a delicate balance between satire and self-exaggeration. Even directors with more experience than Sean McNamara have stumbled on it. Reagan appears as if he's from an over-the-top Saturday Night Live skit, or perhaps a parody biopic similar to Walk Hard." Wait. Odie Henderson of the Boston Globe says, in a bid to emulate Reagan, Quaid's portrayal is more reminiscent of the puppets featured in Genesis Land of Confusion music video. The film unfortunately includes clips from this video at one stage, which doesn't do Quaid any favors. And similar to how polling stations work in real-life politics, the film industry uses CinemaScore to count votes from moviegoers. When exiting a theater after watching a new film, viewers are asked for their immediate thoughts. For instance, the biopic Reagan received an overwhelming CinemaScore, suggesting strong approval from audiences. This sentiment is echoed in the almost perfect popcorn meter rating that Reagan earned on Rotten Tomatoes, demonstrating broad appreciation among moviegoers. Or being reconciled by, despite the mixed reactions from critics and viewers toward Sean McNamara and Dennis Quaid's joint production. Reagan has secured the 4th spot in box office earnings during the weekend over Labor Day. Projected figures suggest that the Ronald Reagan biopic will earn approximately $7.4 million in 3-day and slightly over $9 million 4-day during its premiere. Controversy 7 days, the harsh critiques from professional writers. We seem as relentless as Negan on AMC's The Walking Dead. Audiences appear to be appreciating the film. One verified audience member stated via Rotten Tomatoes, "College case in Western anti-martial and term images was 17.6. This audience is a second point on revenue, on troubles and money." What a remarkable film that skillfully and faithfully depicted one of America's most distinguished presidents, Ronald Reagan. The depiction of his era felt uncannily authentic. The unique perspective of viewing Reagan through the eyes of former and current Russian spies added depth to the narrative, and Dennis Quaid truly embodied the visionary spirit, strong leadership, and humor that defined President Reagan. I can't recommend this highly enough. Christine, another verified audience member, Rich, also gave the film 5 stars. Rich says, this tale follows a man guided by his religious belief, principles, and deep affection for his nation. And Toby's 5-star reaction reads as follows. And then 10 days a week in Advia, And after the time in the bill intend they is a go more specific and a go hour. And I can read ourselves in the after wrapping up the summer movie season of 2024 with less than stellar results, anticipation is building for the upcoming Ronald Reagan biopic. Some viewers are eagerly awaiting this film as the highlight of Labor Day weekend, while others, more critical, view it as a cinematic catastrophe best avoided altogether. To make an informed decision, one should purchase a ticket, settle in, and give Quaid and McNamara's production a chance to prove itself. And what happened to you about them making it a time and making interesting coming on Friday?